Have you ever wanted to reach a goal but always felt it was out of reach? Joining us today to talk about why we sometimes get stuck in unwanted circumstances in life is Mary Factor. Welcome to the program, Mary.
Thank you. Nice to be here, Karen.
Well, nice to have you. I understand your new workshop is called Inner Voices, Smart Choices. From the title, I gather that maybe we get off track when we don't listen to our inner voice or our true feelings. Is that the message you're trying to get across?
Definitely. We're surrounded by media and monkey chatter and texting and television and radio and CDs and iPods, and we don't take the time to just get silent once in a while and listen to what we really need to think about or what the answers that we need to hear. And if you don't trust your gut, how many times have you not trusted your gut instinct and lived to regret it? So that's a portion of the workshop is about that.
You know, it's funny. It seems like when we're a child, we listen to that instinct, but then as an adult, we stop listening to it. You have a bunch of experiences, and then you learn to go back and listen to that inner voice.
Well, when we're kids, we know who we are. Pre-puberty, we pretty much know who we are. We know what we like and what we don't like. I want vanilla, I don't want chocolate, that type of thing. And as we get older, especially once we hit adolescence and teenage years, we start doing what the media wants, what is acceptable by our peers, what the boys will like, what the girls will like, and we stuff who we really are. And women especially do this, where we'll do that which will be approved of by parents, teachers, or the boys.
And ultimately, that probably doesn't make you too happy.
No, not in the long run, because eventually the masks have to come off and you have to be who you really are. And I will be doing them ongoing. I'm offering them on a pay-what-you-can basis. Normally, the workshops are $99, but I don't want anyone to not take it because they can't afford it. And I find a lot of people now are stressed. If you're stressed, if you're going through a relationship issue, if you've had a job loss, if you're in depression, you would really benefit from the workshop.
You know, we're talking today about people who have non-traditional goals, but even those who have a simple goal right now in today's economy are feeling pressure to try to reach that goal. What advice do you have you could give to someone to get out of those negative feelings if they've been laid off and their goal is just as simple as getting a job?
Well, it is a tough market, no doubt about it, especially if you're over 50. It's really hard to get a job. Again, look at what is it you really love doing? Who is it that you're with when you're happiest? What is it you're doing when you're happiest? What hobbies do you love? What turns you on? What jazzes you? A lot of us take jobs we hate. There's no hell worth on earth than getting up in the morning and hating what you do every day. That's how I started my own business, was by taking a look at what it was I really loved doing and starting a business revolving around those things. There's a wonderful book by Barbara Scheer, S-H-E-R, called Do What You... Oh, wrong. I Could Do Anything If I Only Knew What It Was. And that's a really good book to get a handle on what you'd really like to be doing.
So at the end of your workshop, maybe people will know what they want to do?
Well, that's part of it. A big part of my workshop is about just zeroing in on what's holding you back, what's keeping you stuck, what is what I call your cycle of recreation. We all have a cycle of recreation. Something that, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep dating the same kind of jerk? Why do I keep marrying the same kind of woman? Why do I keep having trouble with my bosses? You know, why does this keep happening to me? And there's a reason. You're the common denominator. So you have to look at you and see why you're bringing this into your life over and over again. And that's a big part of the workshop, is looking at your history, looking at your childhood, looking at the things that maybe you haven't really taken a good look at. Not to judge or condemn anybody, but to just see what is and then make your choices accordingly.
I think a lot of people get stuck in certain behaviors like smoking and overeating, and they just don't know how to get out of it. Any suggestions?
Well, these are what I, again, refer to as your drugs of choice.
Okay.
When our feelings come up, and there's really only 5 feelings: mad, sad, glad, afraid, and ashamed. When the feelings come up, when you're bored, when you're feeling anxious, when you're unhappy with yourself or your life, we go to a drug of choice. Now, for some people, that's the hard stuff, the hard liquor and the drugs. However, for a lot of us, it's the soft addictions, staying on the internet all the time, texting constantly, watching television all the time, surfing for porn, eating. How many times have we gone to the fridge when we're bored? Not because we're hungry, but because we're bored. And those are drugs that keep us from feeling our feelings. So when you're finding yourself going for something that's wasting your time or not getting you towards what you really want in life, you have to stop and say, what am I feeling? I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling angry, whatever it is. And that's the first step to stopping the addiction. I gave up smoking 30 years ago, and that was the hardest addiction that I've ever had to deal with.
Oh, wow. And do you struggle with it at all today? Or?
Smoking, no. Ben and Jerry's, yes.
I think that's something, addiction that the whole population has. How can we find out more information about your workshops?
Well, my phone number, my 24-hour voicemail is 888-913-3473, and I would call you back and answer any questions you have on that. My website is www.factorstalentnetwork.com. That's F as in Frank, A-K, T-O-R-S as in Sam, talentnetwork.com. And as of a day or two from now, I will have another website up, www.maryfactor.com, and that will have even more information about the various things I do with the energy healing work, the Reiki, the emotional release therapy, the workshops, and my one-woman comedy show, which I'm very popular with that. And I'll be performing at the Hilton in Twinsburg on August 25th. And you can get on to www.mimivanderhaven.com to order tickets.
All right, Mary, thank you. You're always such a wonderful guest. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.